the thing that's supposed to bring people together, the thing that makes grown adults cry tears of joy or scream at the television like their life depends on a touchdown, a goal, or a buzzer beater. Sports is one of the most unifying things we have on this planet. Until it isn't. Because somewhere along the way, being a fan went from community pride and passion to flat-out tribalism. And no, it's not just the fans on Twitter arguing in meme wars. Journalists, TV talking heads, sports personalities, and yes, even YouTubers are cashing in and fueling this ugly fire. And here's the thing. Sports networks and social media platforms are more than happy to hand them the gasoline and a lighter. So today, let's talk about what sports tribalism actually is, why it's become a monster, who benefits from it, and why it's slowly rotting away the beautiful games we love. Hey everyone, open-minded neutral here. And before we dive headfirst into today's topic, quick pit stop. If you're rocking with this channel and you like open-minded neutral takes that cut through the noise, do me a solid. Smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments. I actually read them. Share this with a friend who needs a fresh perspective, and of course hit that notification bell so you never miss a new drop. This channel isn't about echo chambers, it's about curiosity, conversation, and a little bit of fun along the way. Now let's get into it.
Yo, you thought Trae Young was still good? He still ain't good at Dyke, man. You smoking on that Boston pack tonight, you right?
Let's start with the basics. You've encountered this fan type before. They wear face paint and old jerseys, and their entire week feels ruined if their team loses. His happiness is so connected to the team that a loss feels like a personal attack. When they lose, he's destroyed. When they win, he screams, "We won!" even though he was just sitting on his couch. Sports tribalism isn't just rooting for your favorite team. No, that's normal. That's passion. Tribalism is when that passion turns toxic. It's when fans can't just support their team. They have to hate, mock, and completely dismiss anyone who's not wearing their colors. It's when people identify so strongly with their team that a loss feels like a personal attack, and a win feels like divine validation. Think about it. Rivalries are natural, sure. Consider the rivalries between the Yankees and Red Sox, Barcelona and Real Madrid, or the Lakers and Celtics. Rivalries sell tickets and create drama. But when it goes from rivalry to outright hostility, where people literally fight in parking lots, harass athletes online, or even threaten journalists who dare to criticize their side, that's not sportsmanship anymore. That's tribal warfare, plain and simple.
Coach,
Oh, we ain't gonna talk about this.
take me out.
We
It's
ain't gonna
my turn. It is. You told me it was my turn.
You can talk all that you want to, yell and scream. You
okay,
lost.
it is my
You
turn.
lost the game.
It's my turn.
Now here's where it gets interesting. Tribalism in sports isn't solely the result of rowdy fans. In fact, a lot of the toxicity comes from the people with microphones, cameras, and platforms. Think about how sports talk shows are structured. You've got 2 or 3 personalities yelling at each other, arguing about who's the GOAT, why player A is better than player B, and why this team is doomed while that team is destined for greatness. These aren't calm discussions. They're designed like political debates, full of hot takes, outrage, and absolute certainty. Journalists and TV hosts love this format because it's entertaining. Conflict equals clicks. Outrage equals views. Suddenly, it's not about analyzing the game. It's about winning an argument. And in that arena, nuance dies. Fans who watch absorb that energy and take it back to Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube comment sections like digital war paint. And YouTubers? Oh, they've mastered the formula. Titles like, "Why This Team is a Fraud," or "The Player Nobody Wants to Admit is Overrated." It's all clickbait, but it feeds the same tribalistic behavior. Pick a side, argue like your life depends on it, and don't you dare back down even if facts prove you wrong.
Really, Nick? You really want to do this? Can I get some stats up on the board? I mean, Nikola Jokic is the MVP, Nick. What is this about?
So why does this phenomenon keep growing? Simple, because it makes money. Networks like ESPN, Fox Sports, and social media platforms know exactly what they're doing. Tribalism keeps people glued to the screen. When a talking head says something ridiculous, fans rush online to argue, share clips, and drive engagement. Hate watching counts as watching. Angry comments count as comments. Whether you agree or disagree, you're participating in the ecosystem, and that's gold for advertisers. Social media algorithms are built for tribalism. They feed you the most extreme takes, because those are the posts that get the most reactions. If someone says your favorite quarterback is overrated, you're more likely to smash, reply, quote, tweet, or make a ranting video of your own. And that cycle keeps spiraling because platforms profit off attention, not accuracy, not fairness, not sportsmanship, just attention.
A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Did you know Jordan Davis could move like that?
No, I didn't, but now I do. He put his stamp on this game.
Jordan Davis!
But there's also a psychological layer here. Humans are wired for tribalism. It's evolutionary. Way back when sticking with your tribe meant survival. Sports taps into that ancient instinct. Our brains treat our team's victories like personal wins, releasing dopamine and serotonin. Losses trigger cortisol and stress, like we just failed at something vital. Now combine that primal wiring with 24/7 sports coverage, endless debate shows, and millions of fans online ready to back you up, or tear you down. And you've got the perfect recipe for toxicity. It's not just fandom, it's identity. When someone criticizes your team or favorite player, it feels like they're criticizing you. That's why it gets so personal, so fast.
Look at the defense. He was always asked to be complete.
Look at pressure.
He was asked to be. You make it seem like LeBron was a bum. The only man that can guard 1 through 5.
So what's the big deal? Isn't all this just part of the fun? Not exactly. Sports tribalism starts to poison the well. Instead of enjoying the artistry, strategy, and beauty of the game, everything becomes about narrative warfare. You can't just appreciate LeBron James and Michael Jordan. You have to declare one the GOAT and tear down the other. You can't just admire Patrick Mahomes. You have to diminish every other quarterback in the league to prop him up. Worse, tribalism hurts the athletes themselves. The constant polarization means players face online harassment, unfair criticism, and unrealistic expectations. Imagine being 22 years old, making one mistake in a championship game, and then having millions of strangers calling you trash on Twitter because you let the tribe down. That's brutal.
Mavs ownership was stupid for doing what they did. We live in an age where the podcast world is proliferated, it's taken on a life of its own. The media is people who ain't even in the media, okay? I mean, they're all, because we're all lumped in the same bowl. You got stuff going on, comments out the wazoo, and you think it was wise.
And here's the part that should make every sports fan nervous. It feels like the networks, the personalities, and the platforms actually want tribalism to grow. Why? Because it's profitable. Drama sells more than dignity. Outrage sells more than respect. And the more tribalistic fans get, the more content there is to mine. It's a vicious cycle. A hot take sparks outrage. Outrage fuels engagement. Engagement drives ad revenue, and the cycle repeats. Nobody at the top has an incentive to slow it down. Why would they, when sports tribalism isn't just ruining the purity of the game, it's literally their business model?
This Philly fan trolls Jerry Jones.
Keep it going. Keep it going, Jerry. Great job. 4 more years. Keep doing what you're doing.
So, what do we do about it? Is sports tribalism inevitable, or can we as fans push back? The answer isn't simple. Tribalism will always exist in some form because it's baked into human psychology. But we can change how we interact with it. Fans can choose to engage with content that celebrates the game instead of tearing people down. Journalists and YouTubers can strive for nuance and fairness instead of cheap outrage bait. And maybe, just maybe, networks could prioritize actual analysis over theater. But let's be real, that last one is a long shot. At the end of the day, it comes down to us, the fans. We can either feed the tribalism machine or demand better. Because if we don't, we're letting the worst parts of human nature dictate how we experience the sports we love. So, is all tribalism bad? Of course not. At its best, it creates an incredible sense of community and belonging. Sharing a passion for a team can unite people from all over the world. That feeling of belonging is a fundamental human need. It's the passion that creates the chants in the stadium, the parties in the streets, and the lifelong bonds between fans. The problem isn't loyalty. The problem is that it's being cynically exploited for profit. The media machine takes this positive unifying energy and twists it into a tool for division. It hijacks our natural desire to belong and uses it to make us hate. It takes the us and puts all our energy into fighting a them. They are strip mining the soul of sports for ad money, and it's ruining the experience for everyone. So the next time you see a fan having a complete meltdown online, or you feel that uncontrollable rage after a tough loss, just stop and ask yourself, where is this feeling really coming from? Is it just your passion? Or is it the result of a carefully built story, fed to you by TV shows and social media algorithms that were all designed to get that exact reaction from you? That toxic fan is not the root of the problem. They're a symptom of a sick system, a system where it literally pays to be toxic. The real culprits are the media executives, the rage-baiting hosts, and the social media platforms that decided that stoking our worst instincts is more profitable than celebrating the game. They've turned our passion into their product, and we're the ones paying the price. Real change won't happen by shaming the fans. It will happen when we, the audience, start demanding that the media stop selling us our own anger. So, what do you think? Is sports tribalism just part of the game, or is it ruining the game? Are fans the problem, or are media networks and personalities the true villains here? Let's talk about it in the comments. Just, without tribalism, please. And as always, if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, comment, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another discussion like this. Stay neutral. Stay open-minded.